Well, I'm not starting until it's time because I'm only wrapping like one gift.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Val. I'm the homeschooling stay-at-home mom of 3 small kiddos between the ages of 3.5 and 1.5. And today I'm doing something a little bit different. In the Christmas spirit, we're gonna do a wrap and chat. So we're wrapping the last of our Christmas gifts, and I asked on my Instagram, I asked for some questions, so I have them written down here. And I have my husband here. This is Isaac. He is the dad of Ivy Wildlings.
I was promised I didn't actually have to wrap presents, but I just had to sit here and watch.
Yeah, right. That was never.
That's what I heard.
That was never agreed upon.
That is what I heard.
Yeah. So we're gonna finish wrapping our gifts, and we're gonna answer your questions, and hopefully you enjoy it. I forgot to get out the name tags, so I'm hoping.
That will probably be my job about 30 seconds from now.
I'm hoping that we'll know whose gifts are whose by the time we're done. So, all right.
Can I just say that we always have a problem when we wrap like this? Because we're both right-handed, so when I'm done with something, I put it down over here.
I mean, you could just sit in the middle, but...
And then I get in trouble, and then this
Okay.
whole thing happens.
We're going to get right to the questions. So, I wrote them down on this piece of paper. So that's what I'm looking at. First question. What is my favorite planner if I use one? Well, I don't use one, so I don't really have an answer. I love planners, and I love the idea of planners, but I can never keep up with it. Yeah, I can never keep up with it. And I think I can never keep up with it because I can never find exactly what it is that I want in a planner. I really like the look of Wendy's planner from Plan Prep Pray. So I've thought about trying that one. And of course I love the look of the Erin Condren planners, but I also feel like I would never keep up with that one either. It's just not quite
Sustainable.
Well, it's just not, I don't know. I have no idea how to explain it really. Like, so I don't really know what it is I don't like about the ones that I have and what I need instead. So I'm just not the right person to come to for planner advice. What are the age differences of our kids? Well, we call them, or I call them, our Irish triplets. So sailors are
not entirely true.
It's not entirely true, no. We have Irish twins, and they're close to Irish triplets, but not quite. They're off just a little bit. So our oldest is 3.5. Our middle, that's Sailor. Our middle son, well, our middle child is a son. His name is Huck. Sailor and Huck are 13 months apart. And then our youngest is Scotland, and Huck and Scotland are 11 months apart. So 3 babies in 2 years. None of them were planned. Isaac.
Told you.
He says he's only wrapping that present because it's perfectly square.
Yeah, I don't like the presents that you have to like have a degree
The thing is
in engineering to wrap.
Our kids are very small. They don't really care.
But I do.
Yeah. I know. Favorite place to buy my clothes? I don't get clothes often, but I feel like
She
when
is
I
the
do,
cheapest
I am super
person.
cheap. I will like refuse to buy a pair of shoes that are $15 because I think that's too expensive.
It's true. I lucked out in that department.
What are you looking for?
The tape. Did you all see that? Did you see? This is evidence.
Just take the tape.
It's not just me.
So I don't buy clothes often, but when I do, I tend to buy like a lot. Like I'll buy my clothes for like a 3-year
Well,
time.
Let me tell you what she does.
I'll buy like a clothes for like a 3-year time period in at one time.
I'm pretty sure we just donated a half a closet full of things that still had the tags on it.
That's not true. Like 1 or 2 things had the tags on it. But, so when I do buy clothes, mostly they're from Old Navy or Torrid. I like Torrid. And once in a while, something from Target. Like I just got a shirt from Target the other day that I really like. But, that's really it. Like that's really the only places that I buy my clothes. Where do you buy your clothes, Isaac?
I also don't buy a ton of clothes,
No.
I feel like. But probably Kohl's.
I think most of your stuff comes from Kohl's.
Or Target.
Yeah, I think
Wherever
those
we
are
happen to be at the moment that I need something.
Yeah, I think Kohl's and Target mostly for you. My weirdo sister-in-law asked if we've ever watched The Human Centipede.
I have no idea what that is.
It's a horror movie, and I vaguely know the concept, but I have never seen The Human Centipede. Have you, Sarah? Have you seen The Human Centipede?
I judge anyone who's seen The Human Centipede.
That's horrifying. Like,
not really, but
not really what? Oh, that you judge them?
and
that
how is
sounds
it horrifying?
horrifying.
It sounds like one of those like
They like sew people together to make.
oh wait, what?
It's a horror. I just said it's a horror
Sarah.
film.
Sarah,
Yeah, I don't know.
let's watch it.
No, I am never watching that.
Movie night.
I am never watching that. I will go hang out with my cute, squishy, adorable little nephew, and you guys can watch it.
I only like horror movies if they're far-fetched enough to not really be.
You don't think sewing people together?
No, that's why I wouldn't watch that one. Like, I wouldn't generally gravitate towards something like that because there are crazy people.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's-
god.
But like, if it's like a, I don't know, like a ghost story or something like that.
Well, that's not far-fetched.
I like those
That's
ones.
like,
Those are
legit.
far-fetched to me.
but they're not, and I know that you don't think that they are.
How many presents have you wrapped? I'm still on the first one.
2.
Okay, I'm not that far behind.
Mom breaks. What do mom breaks look like for me? Where do I go? What do I do? Well, mom breaks are something that I feel happen frequently in this house. Is that a right?
Yeah. I think so.
But not mom breaks in the sense of like I go get my hair done or like I get my nails done or something like that.
It's like I get done from work and she gets home after
And I
the
just
kids
leave.
have gone to bed.
Yeah. No kidding. And for me, they just have to happen. Like, I get easily overwhelmed and flustered. And so, if I don't, so I will typically just, and like, for real, they are nothing fancy. Like, I will,
This cannot be from Santa Claus.
no, obviously. That's why I brought this. I will leave as soon as Isaac gets done working at 5, and I'll like go run errands. I'll go to the grocery store, but I won't come home until after I know the kids are in bed. So where'd the scissors go?
I'm using them.
So I will take the longest route to the grocery store.
And listen to podcasts.
Yes, and that is what my mom break is. I love podcasts, so that's what I enjoy to do. I like to just drive in the car and put on a podcast and listen to a podcast, and not come home till after the kids are in bed. So I'll go to the grocery store or run other errands. Really, that's it. Like I don't go out with friends really, or get my nails done or my hair done. I think even the last time I got my hair done, I took one of the kids with me. So yeah, nothing special. I just like to drive around and listen to podcasts in the car, but it happens at least once a week, right? I would say
Yeah.
at least once a week I'll do that. So
What's really exciting is after tomorrow,
Yeah,
and I only
Isaac.
have to work a half day tomorrow, and then I'm off for 12
So-
days.
Tomorrow, which will hopefully be the same day that you're seeing this video, will be the 23rd. So it'll be Christmas Eve. And Isaac only works a half a day, and then he is off till after the new year. So that's super, super exciting. So let's go to that question then. What does my husband do for work? I have said before that you are a project manager for Navient, but would you like to expand on that at all?
You said what company I work for?
Yeah.
would
Am I
never
not
do that.
supposed to?
Well, I'm not supposed to say what company you work for on social media, but in this case, it's not. We're not pitching anything that's like.
I didn't realize that was like a faux pas.
It can be. I am a director of project management,
Excuse me. I left that part out.
but that's been relatively recent. So probably when she said that, it was true. But yeah, I spend all day long in the basement
He works from home, so that's also very nice.
on the phone.
Literally. Yeah.
If you ask Sailor what I do for work, she says
He
sit on phone calls, which
Yeah.
is absolutely true. And I don't know
He
how
has
she
phone
even
calls.
knows that because,
we can hear you.
oh, I guess.
And I often say he's on the phone. Everybody quiet, Daddy's on the phone.
Sometimes it gets
It's-
real rowdy up here. It's like a herd of elephants. And my desk is literally directly underneath where we are right now, which is where the
Where
kids
we
are
are
pretty
all
much
day, mostly.
barricaded for the day. I have to say I did a pretty good job on that.
Not bad, not too shabby.
I
And
deserve
that's
all
it. That's the end
accolades.
of our wrapping. So let's finish up these questions. Okay. Favorite foods. My favorite food right now, I'd say it's probably changed. I would say that typically my favorite food is like ice cream. But lately,
100%
accurate.
fact.
Lately my favorite food is bacon. Love bacon. Love steak. I don't know. I think that's my favorite food right now.
I mean, I love bacon and steak too, absolutely. But I think sushi's probably my
You do.
number one go-to.
You can spend a freaking fortune on sushi. Last question. How did we name our kids? Well, I have always known from like high school days that I didn't want my kids to have typical or like popular names. I didn't want them to be, which is funny because now my kids are homeschooled. So, but I didn't want them to be one of many in their classroom. Like we always had Heather S, Heather R, Heather T, or like
No offense
Michael-
to the Heathers, because that is a good name.
or like Michael N, Michael R, Michael, like I didn't want those kinds of names. I always wanted them to be different. And then my name is different, so I liked that. I didn't always like that my name was so different, but now I do. And so all of the names, well, that's not true. Both of the girls' names were names that we liked and planned on using. I mean, for years we had both of those names. Originally, when all the years we were trying to have kids, our first daughter was going to be Scotland. And that, funny enough, is a name that I saw on the side of an 18-wheeler truck because it's a company. But
I have words.
I know you do. I know you do. Isaac's family is Scottish. Campbell is Scottish. And so when I saw Scotland with an L-Y-N, I thought that that was super cute. And we could call her Scotty, which I thought was really cute for to call a girl Scotty. And so right after I saw that business name on the side of an 18-wheeler in the Walmart parking lot.
Classy.
I know. I went right home and told Isaac, and then from then on, our first daughter was going to be Scotland. Well, then out of the blue, I got pregnant
But
with
wait,
Sailor.
this is like 11 years later. Like 11 years of Scotland will
not
be
quite
the
11,
name
but like maybe 9. Yeah.
of our first girl.
Yeah. So then out of the blue, I get pregnant with our first daughter. And before we knew it was a girl, I think I pretty much had told him that her name was going to be Sailor. If she was a girl, her name was going to be Sailor. It was not going to be Scotland. And you, though, were pretty, like, you didn't really give me a hard time about it.
I never give you a hard time about anything.
Yeah, but if you really care, you do.
Yeah, I guess so.
But
I cared, though, just for the record.
he said, if we have another girl, no question her name will be Scotland. I was like, that's fine. I still like it. It's cute. But for whatever reason, I just liked Sailor. And it had to be Sailor. So that's how the girls got their names. When I was pregnant with number 3, it was no question if it was a girl, she was going to be Scotland. So
I was done. If you tried to change that, I would.
It wasn't going to happen. So, and that was fine. So
a Scotty-sized temper tantrum.
Yeah, she can throw a tantrum. So our oldest daughter is Sailor Levi. Levi has absolutely no significance. I just liked the way that it sounded and went with Sailor. And then Scotland is Scotland Maddie. Maddie is sort of after me. It's not my name. It's not my middle name. It's a very long story. But the Maddie is after...
It was her name for several years.
But that's a long story, and I don't want to get into that right now. This video would be way too long. So, sort of after me, mostly after a Hanson song. So, Scotland Maddie, and then our son, we had no boy names. When we didn't know if Sailor was going to be a boy or a girl, we had multiple names that we would have used for her. She would have ultimately been Sawyer, but we couldn't use Sawyer with our son because Sawyer and Sailor sounded too similar. And so my mom suggested Wilder, and we really liked that. We liked the vibe of it, and it was different and all of that. So we decided on Wilder, and then I don't even know where Huck came from. I don't know if I found it somewhere or if we just like thought of it, but he was going to be Wilder Huck. And then it was like the week before we found out that he was a boy, like right before that ultrasound. Isaac was out of town for work, and we were talking on the phone one night, and he said, I've been thinking, and I feel like his name should be, we should flip-flop it, and it should be Huck Wilder instead of Wilder Huck. And it was funny because I had just been thinking the exact same thing. So
it just goes better.
Yeah. So his name is Huck Wilder. And I love it. And I think it's perfect for him. It fits him perfectly.
Well, let's talk about that for just a half a second, though, because in the beginning,
so
we were like, I think we named this kid the wrong name.
That's true. I'd forgotten about that. It has a very, like, adventurous, outdoorsy kind of feel.
His room is all, like, adventure and mountains
and yeah. And so when he was first born, and for, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say the first year, but
6 months is
for a while,
died down a little bit.
He was the worst baby.
Wow.
He was.
I was just gonna say cranky.
Was he not?
I was gonna say he was a worse baby.
He was
but
the
he was
most
cranky.
difficult baby. Like, he was a really hard baby. And even after he started to not be, so he had silent reflux, and it took us like 5 months to figure it out and to get it like treated and figure out how to treat it. So until then, he was the most miserable baby.
It was rough.
And we thought that he was going to be this little, like, whiny, needy kind of kid, and that just didn't fit the vibe of his name. But now he's, like, the complete opposite. He's super chill. He loves the outdoors.
Won't come in. Like, no.
Yeah, we have to force him in. So, that is his name. And that is how they all got their names. So, names are something that I love. Even now, I still am like always coming up with name ideas. I love names, and I love different names. So okay, so that's all the questions. We're all done wrapping. We only had a few things left to wrap. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and those questions kind of gave you a little insight into us, and you got to know us a little bit better. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Make sure your bell notification is on anytime you post a new video. I hope you guys have a great Christmas, holiday, whatever it is you celebrate, and we'll see you in the new year. Bye, guys.
Happy holidays.